Hey guys, I know that it's been a while since you guys have seen me, and I did promise that I was going to continue to support my movie theater, so obviously I'm going to go see Wonder Woman tonight. And nope. In fact, I have, on Christmas Day, I thought to myself I was going to break down. I was going to watch it at home, contrary to what I had said before. But it's been, a week? 2 weeks since Christmas? I still haven't watched Wonder Woman. I still haven't watched it. So here's a movie that I'm kind of more excited about than Wonder Woman. It's the new Tom Hanks movie. It's called News of the World. It looks like a really gripping Western, and I'm kind of really excited about it. So in just a few seconds, I'll be right back to let you know what I think about that new Tom Hanks movie, News of the World. All right, see ya. Woo! Jeez. Okay. All right. Hey guys, I just got done watching a movie, and I'm probably going to be using the same words I use to describe a lot of the other movies. I'm not that creative of a guy, but I do want to express upon you how good of a movie this is, how great of a movie this is. Let me go ahead and set up the premise a little bit here. We have a Tom Hanks character is like this kind of aged, kind of like ex-pastor kind of guy, who has fallen into a kind of a career of reading the news to different town folk. He goes from town to town and reading the news, kind of like an old Western news anchor. But he really, he has a flair for it, and he can tell a story about it. But to be honest with you, that is the very, 1% of the story, and it really doesn't linger on that. This story is basically about, he comes across this girl who has obviously been kidnapped and kind of brainwashed by these Indians. Absolutely a gorgeous young lady, and it's a really bizarre mix between her German heritage and the Indian heritage that she has adopted, because that's all she knows is what these Indians who have raised her for the last few years. Here's the strength of this movie is basically it's the acting. It's obviously going to be the acting. Tom Hanks can say volumes in just a kind of a vacant stare, and he can convey not only character but character motivation in those very quiet moments, and it was brilliantly played by him. But aside from that, the girl, the small girl, the young girl that is in the film, and I'll put her right over here, because I don't know her name, but again, it was a weird mix between her German heritage and this Indian culture she had adopted, and she was flawless. She was flawless in this role. So again, I'm going to be tropey in this review because this movie was, it wasn't as quiet and as atmospheric as my last Western I had once see, Let Him Go. That was a little less eventful than this movie. This movie was basically a collection of small stories. It was him taking her cross country to these relatives, these surviving relatives that she had, and we get to see some smaller stories in this larger arc. And none of those stories were boring or ineffective. Every single moment in this movie had a purpose, and it was the whole overarching purpose was to grow this relationship between Tom Hanks' character and this small child. So I'm not going to spoil the end of it, but the ending was incredibly satisfying, and it brought it brought tears to my eyes, because we had grown to accustomed to these characters and grown to not only like them but love them. So that we saw, which of course the audience saw as the natural conclusion of the story. But when we saw it happen, I was overjoyed. This movie moved me in an extreme way that I didn't expect it to. It was low on action, but it was high on emotion. And anybody that likes that kind of formula in the movie, I would 100% recommend this. This is required watching. And I would recommend seeing it in the theater because I had a good time in the theater watching this. And I supported my theater watching this. I am so glad that I decided to see this over Wonder Woman. Because I severely doubt. Now, that's coming. That's coming. My review of Wonder Woman. But I severely doubt that that movie hit the emotional severity of this movie. It definitely was. All right, so let's just get on with this. It's 100%. In fact, I think it's going to be mentioned in the Oscars and the Academy Awards, and that's probably why it's coming so late in the season. But it is definitely worth a watch, guys. And if you miss it, you're doing yourself a disfavor. You still have time to watch it after that. After it runs its course at the theaters, which will unfortunately be within a few weeks because of the way that these theaters are running right now. You'll get plenty of opportunity to either rent it or probably one of these streaming services is going to totally snap this movie up. Do not miss this movie. Watch it and enjoy it as much as I did. Please. And if you have already seen it, please let me know what you think about it. But I highly doubt you're going to say anything differently than I do. All right, guys. Hey, that's it. That's it. My movie, my night at the movies, was a total success, and I really enjoyed this movie. I recommend going to see it. It's 100%. Other than that, guys, I'm going to be back. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks since I've talked to you guys, so I'll try to make it next week sometime. But other than that, hey, peace, Montanay. I'll talk to you guys later, and goodbye.